Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, wearing a blouse you thought was flattering, but something just felt off? You couldn't quite put your finger on it, but the outfit didn't feel as polished or youthful as you imagined. My friends, it's usually not you, it's the blouse. And the truth is, many women over 60 are still making the same blouse mistakes that secretly drag down their style. But here's the good news: once you know what to avoid and what to do instead, blouses can become one of the most flattering, confidence-boosting pieces in your wardrobe. Welcome, my beautiful friends, to Age with Style, the place where we celebrate fashion that doesn't just cover you, but truly honors you at every stage of life. This is your space to find clothes that work with you, highlight your best features, and make you feel excited to get dressed again. If you're new here, I am so thrilled you found us, and if you're part of this gorgeous community already, welcome back. It always feels like catching up with stylish friends. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell, because I share practical, uplifting style tips that make dressing over 60 fun, inspiring, and confidence-boosting. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. All right, let's get into the 7 blouse mistakes women over 60 should stop making now. Mistake 1. Choosing blouses that are too baggy. So many women over 60 fall into this trap because we've been told for years that loose clothing hides what we don't want to show: our tummy, our arms, or little changes in our shape. But here's the truth: blouses that are too baggy don't hide anything. They actually make us look larger and shapeless. Instead of floating gracefully, they end up hanging like a curtain and swallowing your beautiful frame. Now, don't get me wrong, flowy can be gorgeous. Flowy gives movement and elegance, but baggy just looks like the blouse belongs to someone else. The secret is in finding blouses that skim the body instead of drowning it. Look for little details: gentle darts at the waist, a curved hemline that falls neatly on the hip, or soft pleats in the back that create shape without clinging. These small touches make all the difference. And if you already own a blouse that's a little too roomy, don't panic. You can make it work. A simple half tuck in the front, or even just tucking in one corner, instantly gives definition. Adding a slim belt, not thick and heavy, but something delicate, can also bring back your shape. And here's a great trick: layer a cropped cardigan or a tailored jacket over it. Suddenly the blouse looks intentional, polished, and part of a stylish outfit. So remember this: your blouse should frame you, not drown you. When it skims the body and moves with you, you are the star of the outfit, not the fabric. Mistake 2. Wearing blouses that are too tight or stiff. On the other end of the spectrum, another very common mistake is choosing blouses that are far too tight or made from stiff fabrics. Now, I completely understand why this happens. Sometimes we think that a closer fit will make us look slimmer, or we want to hold on to styles we wore years ago. But when a blouse pulls at the buttons, digs into the shoulders, or feels rigid and uncomfortable, it doesn't flatter, it restricts. And nothing is stylish if you don't feel free to move. Tight blouses can highlight exactly what you're trying to minimize, whether it's the tummy area, the bust, or even little lines on the back. And stiff fabrics, like certain cottons or polyesters with no give, can create sharp, boxy lines that fight against the natural softness of your body. The result is a look that feels dated, uncomfortable, and frankly, unkind to you. So what's the solution? Choose blouses with fabrics that have ease. Look for soft cotton blends, silk, crepe, viscose, or even a touch of stretch. These materials drape beautifully, skim the body instead of squeezing it, and allow you to move without fuss. They feel breathable, elegant, and polished without being rigid. Here's a quick trick. When shopping, move your arms around in the dressing room. If you feel restricted when you lift them, or if the blouse pulls across the bust or shoulders, it's not the one. Clothes should never make you feel trapped. They should make you feel comfortable, confident, and graceful. So stop punishing yourself with stiff, tight blouses. Instead, let your blouse flow with you. A blouse that drapes instead of clings will always look more expensive, more modern, and more flattering. Mistake 3. Sticking with outdated collars and necklines. Collars and necklines might seem like small details, but they completely change how a blouse frames your face and body. One of the most common mistakes I see women over 60 make is holding on to outdated styles. Things like oversized pointed collars from decades ago, or very high, closed-up necklines that cover everything. The problem is that these styles can feel heavy and dated. A big, sharp collar can overwhelm your features, and a blouse buttoned all the way to the top can actually shorten the neck and draw attention downward. Instead of looking polished, it ends up looking closed off and a little frumpy. The good news is, there are modern flattering options that open up the face and give an instant lift. Soft V-necks are one of the most universally flattering shapes. They elongate the neck, draw the eye upward, and add a touch of elegance without being revealing. Scoop necks do the same, giving a softer, more feminine look. And if you like collars, try a mandarin collar or a collarless blouse. Both feel modern and fresh, while still looking sophisticated. And here's a little secret. An open neckline doesn't just flatter the face, it also gives you room to accessorize. A delicate necklace, a strand of pearls, or even a silk scarf can add personality without competing with the blouse. So if you find yourself reaching for the same old collared blouses, take a step back and try something with a fresher neckline. It's a small change that instantly makes you look more current, more polished, and more vibrant. Mistake 4. Choosing loud prints that overwhelm. Prints can be fun, playful, and expressive. But when they're too loud or too busy, they stop being flattering and start stealing the spotlight from you. I often see women over 60 reaching for oversized florals, bold geometric patterns, or very busy multicolored prints, thinking they add personality. But instead, these prints can completely take over the outfit and, unfortunately, age you instead of enhancing you. Here's why. Large, heavy prints can overwhelm your frame and distract from your natural beauty. When the eye doesn't know where to look, it often gets stuck on the blouse instead of your face. And if the colors in the print aren't flattering to your skin tone, they can drain your complexion and even make you look tired. That doesn't mean you should give up on prints entirely. Not at all. The key is balance. Softer, smaller scale prints are almost always more flattering. Think delicate polka dots, subtle stripes, gentle florals, or abstract patterns in muted tones. These add personality without shouting. If you do love a bold print, keep it the star by pairing it with solid colored pants or a skirt. That way, the outfit feels balanced and intentional rather than chaotic. Another tip is to pay attention to color. Prints in jewel tones, like sapphire blue, emerald green, or ruby red, can brighten the skin and feel luxurious. Softer prints in pastels or neutrals can give a light, airy elegance. And if you want to play with trendier prints, like animal prints, choose them in subtle colors rather than big, blocky patterns. So the next time you're shopping, remember the blouse should complement you, not compete with you. When the print enhances rather than overwhelms, your natural beauty shines through, and that's what true style is all about. Mistake 5. Wearing blouses that are too long. Here's a little styling truth that surprises a lot of women. When your blouse is too long, it can actually make your legs look shorter and throw off the balance of your whole outfit. I see this mistake often, women over 60 choosing tunic-length blouses that cover the hips, thighs, and sometimes even down to mid-thigh, thinking they're slimming. But what they actually do is drag the eye downward and hide your natural proportions. Instead of elongating, they box you in and make you appear heavier or shorter than you are. Now, that doesn't mean you can't wear longer tops at all. It's all about where the hemline hits. The most flattering length for most blouses is either right at the hip bone or just below it. This length frames your torso while allowing your legs to shine, creating balance and elegance. If you're wearing a flowy blouse, that slightly shorter length keeps it light and airy instead of overwhelming. If you do love tunic-style blouses, here's how to make them work. Pair them with slim-fitted bottoms, like tailored trousers or straight-leg pants. That contrast between a longer blouse and a sleeker leg line brings back balance. You can also add a small tuck in the front, what stylists call the French tuck, to give the illusion of a waistline without losing the relaxed look. Belts are another option, especially with longer blouses that have a bit of flow. A slim belt can define your waist and transform the blouse into a chic modern piece. Think of it this way: clothes should highlight your body's natural lines, not hide them. A blouse that ends at just the right spot can make your legs look longer, your shape look balanced, and your whole outfit appear intentional. It's not about covering, it's about framing yourself beautifully. Mistake 6. Ignoring sleeve styles. Sleeves might feel like a small detail, but they completely change how a blouse looks and how confident you feel in it. One of the biggest mistakes I see women over 60 making is not paying attention to sleeve shape, either settling for sleeves that are too tight, too puffy, or too short in a way that cuts the arm off at an unflattering spot. For example, sleeves that cling tightly to the upper arm can draw attention exactly where you don't want it. On the other hand, very wide or puffy sleeves can overwhelm the frame and make the blouse look costume-like instead of chic. Even sleeve length matters. A sleeve that ends right at the widest part of your arm can actually make it look larger, while a sleeve that ends just below the elbow creates a much more graceful line. So what works beautifully? Three-quarter sleeves are universally flattering. They slim the arm, show a little wrist, which is always elegant, and draw the eye to one of the slimmest points of the body. Flutter sleeves or slightly draped sleeves can also be lovely, adding movement without bulk. And if you prefer a longer sleeve, look for one that has a bit of softness at the cuff, like a slight gather, or a small button detail, so it doesn't just hang straight and stiff. Here's a little styling trick. If your blouse has sleeves that are too long, don't be afraid to roll them up neatly to just below the elbow. It instantly lightens the look and gives you that effortless, polished feel. Even tying a tiny knot in a rolled sleeve can give the blouse a more modern touch. Sleeves are like the frame around a painting. They can either distract from the beauty inside or enhance it. Paying attention to sleeve style ensures your blouse doesn't just fit your body, but flatters it in the most graceful way. Mistake 7. Ignoring fabric quality and texture. Even the best cut, color, or style of blouse can fall flat if the fabric isn't right. One of the most common mistakes women over 60 make is settling for fabrics that look cheap, feel stiff, or don't drape well on the body. Wanna feared? Think of those shiny synthetic materials that cling in all the wrong places, wrinkle easily, or make you feel hot and uncomfortable. They don't do your outfit or you any favors. Fabric is everything. A high-quality fabric not only lasts longer, but it also moves beautifully with you. It sits on the body in a way that feels effortless, and it instantly makes an outfit look more expensive and refined. When you're wearing the right fabric, you'll notice you don't have to fuss with your blouse as much. It just falls into place. So what should you look for? Natural and breathable fabrics are always a win. Cotton blends, linen, especially in softer weaves, silk, and lightweight wool, are all timeless choices. For a touch of elegance, silk and crepe fabrics are wonderful because they skim the body rather than cling. And if you do want something with a little stretch, look for fabrics that have just enough elastin to give comfort without losing their shape. Texture also matters. A blouse with a subtle sheen, a gentle rib, or a soft matte finish can add dimension to your outfit without being over the top. But steer clear of overly shiny or plasticky materials. They reflect light in a way that can feel harsh and outdated. Here's my golden rule. If the fabric feels good against your skin, it will almost always look good on your body. When you prioritize quality over quantity, every blouse you own will become a piece you want to wear, and that's the kind of wardrobe that truly makes you feel stylish at any age. So my beautiful friends, those were 7 blouse mistakes that so many women over 60 make without even realizing it. The best part is, every single one of these mistakes has an easy fix, and when you start paying attention to them, the difference in how you look and feel is incredible. Remember, style is not about hiding yourself, and it's not about following every trend that comes along. It's about choosing pieces that honor your body, flatter your natural beauty, and make you feel confident the moment you step out the door. You've earned the right to dress in a way that makes you shine, and I promise you, when you stop settling for clothes that don't serve you, and start curating pieces that really elevate your look, you'll feel a shift not just in your wardrobe, but in your mindset too. So I want to encourage you today, take a look at your blouses, see which ones might be making these mistakes, and start replacing them with better choices, little by little. This is how you level up your style. This is how you keep looking fresh, vibrant, and absolutely fabulous at 60, 70 and beyond. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, and of course subscribe to Age with Style. We're building a community here of women who know that style has no age limit, and I'd love for you to be part of it. And let me know in the comments which blouse mistake you've been guilty of, or which tip you're most excited to try. Sharing your journey not only inspires me, but it also inspires other women watching. Until next time, remember this: you are not too old, and it is never too late to look amazing. Age with style, my loves, because you deserve nothing less.